the early Dutch explorers named this the Black Swan River after the black swans they saw along its length. And over the years, the title has contracted to just Swan River. Before the Europeans arrived, the local Noongar people called this river Derbil Yerriga, which has a couple of meanings. Noongar elder Walter Maguire has told me it describes the colour of the brackish water where the sea and freshwater meet. And if you have a look over the side of the boat now, you'd have to agree that would appear a fairly accurate description. The Dutch came across this river back in the late 1600s by accident. Originally, as they travelled to Java, they described the land around the Swan as useless without enough fresh water to sustain agriculture. A few centuries later, the French and British had a look around and decided similar, until the Brits decided otherwise and Western Australia became a British colony in the winter of 1829. Beating the French, who had also had a change of heart and now also had their eye on the area.
Trees that early generations preserved rather than cut down can be seen on the top of the hill to our right. This is Kings Park, Perth's jewel in the crown. Every year, more than 5 million people walk through the park, which is one of the world's largest inner-city parks.
The bridge ahead of us is called the Narrows Bridge. As we go under the bridge, take a look at the land to our right. This is the narrowest point between the two sides of the river, close to the city. And again, like the foreshore we've just come from, that land is all reclaimed. Even more so to Noongar people. At the base of the hill is a freshwater spring, and this was a special campsite, ceremonial site, and trading place for Noongar people. In the Dreamtime stories, the spring, like the rivers and all the wetlands and waterholes, and many of the features of the land, were created by a powerful serpent-like spirit called the Woggle. Places like the spring at the base of Kings Park were thought to be where the Woggle rested, so they were treated with a great deal of respect. When the British arrived, they paid little heed to what Noongar people were using what they renamed Kennedy Spring for. Over the years, the site was repurposed a number of times, most notably as a flour mill and eventually a brewery. That brewery became one of the most famous buildings on the Swan River, the Swan Brewery. When the operations eventually moved out, the building lay derelict for a number of years before being converted to apartments, restaurants, and an art gallery. Keep an eye out as we travel down the river today for dolphins. The river is home to the Indo-Pacific bottlenose dolphins, which are a breed of the common bottlenose dolphins, but are specific to this region. They are a bit smaller, have more teeth, and are less social than the common bottlenose dolphin. bit of land is called Pelican Point, which is an important breeding sanctuary for international birds.